picture yourself being helped out of the rubble of what would be your house after this devastating tornado came by, and you're looking around and you're happy that you're alive, but yet you don't know how you're going to feed yourself, where you're going to sleep, what you're going to do. You're completely lost and you're terrified and scared. Then you're approached by a volunteer. You notice there's a Red Cross on their shirt, and they say, "Hey, I'm here for the Red Cross, and we're going to help you through this. We're going to give you support. We're going to make sure you're okay." And then sometimes you're just on the other side. You're seeing all this through a TV, and you're just wanting to help that community, but you can't leave your community to go help them. Then there's always ways to donate to help that community, and the Red Cross sets up things for that. That's what the Red Cross is here for. Today I would like to talk to you about the Red Cross and how it works to help people all throughout the U.S. in the best way that they can. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the Red Cross's history. The Red Cross was founded over 130 years ago, founded in 1881 by Clara Barton. From the beginning, the Red Cross has been dedicated to serving others. They have pictures of Red Cross nurses helping World War I soldiers. They've been doing it way back then, and they've continued to do it to today. Something that the Red Cross focuses on, which they have on their website, is that they help with blood and platelets. Their website states that they give up to 40% of the U.S.'s blood, and that's a large majority. Some other facts that they have, though, is that only 6.8 million of people in the U.S. give blood regularly, and that's a low portion if you look at how big the U.S. population is. And they're just wanting more people to donate blood so that the blood shortage isn't as big. And with this, they also, on their website, www.redcross.org, they have tabs on the top of their website, which allows you to navigate through, and you can find where the next, in your area, where the next blood drive will be. And this just allows people that are maybe on the edge of, well, I don't really know where one is, to be able to make that leap and decide, yeah, I'm going to give blood this day. Another thing that the Red Cross does is they help soldiers and their families through deployment. The Red Cross has facilities open 24/7, and on military.com it states that the Red Cross even has a number for families to call during emergency communication. So a family can call this number, and they will do their very best to communicate with their deployed significant other on the battlefield. And normally these emergency communications is just a family crisis or a death of a loved one, but sometimes it's financial assistance. And they're allowing that connection between families hundreds of thousand miles apart to be able to support and help in these decisions. They also have classes or courses to help with people back home deal with the fact that their loved one is overseas. It helps them cope. These courses will allow the one home to know that they can get through it and support them through this harsh time, and let them know that, hey, everything's going to be okay. There was Sergeant V. Michelle Woods one time wrote about that a Red Cross volunteer brought a dog into her tent. Sergeant Woods was deployed in Kuwait during the Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation New Dawn through 2010 through 2011. And she says that, with those long days in the extreme heat, it was easy to get depressed, to get homesick. And one day she entered her command tent and she saw a Red Cross dog and the volunteer. And because of this, she was able to love on that dog, kiss that dog, hug that dog, and it made her depression and her homesickness go away. It helped her with her morale to continue to fight for our freedom, for our protection. And that's just, a little thing that the Red Cross did, was send just a dog across the world to just comfort soldiers. The next thing is, how does the Red Cross help in communities? And there was an article on Wells Fargo titled, "Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross responds to an emergency." And it talks about how the Red Cross helps communities during disasters. This article was written in October 2018, and it talks about events that have happened around that time. It mentions how they helped communities after Hurricane Harvey in Texas and Houston with the flooding. It also talks about how they helped in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. It talks about how they helped people in California after the wildfires. They were there. It also talks about how they helped families whose houses were destroyed from Hurricane Florence and Michael. They were just always there, and the Red Cross is known to be there for disasters. But then the article continues, and it gets more specific on what they do. It starts to talk about how they focus on house fires. The article states that every day, more than 200 families lose their homes to a house fire, and sometimes they even lose a loved one. And the Red Cross decided that they were going to start a campaign called Sound the Alarm campaign to help with these house fires. They were going to install houses with smoke detectors, and then they were also going to teach families on fire safety and fire prevention. And because of this campaign, over 472 lives had been saved at the time this article was written. And that was over 2 years ago, so that number has grown. And now, just think about how many people they have saved because of this campaign that focuses specifically on house fires. The question you may be asking is, how does the Red Cross help during this COVID-19 crisis? And something that the Red Cross has done is they have continued to help communities like the way they were before. They're still focused on house fires. They're still focused on small disasters and natural disasters. But they're also focused on making sure people don't go hungry. If people were laid off or furloughed, they're not getting the money to go buy food, to take care of rent. And the Red Cross is giving those families meals, a place to stay, and the love that they need during this hard time. I'm asking you to help me, to join me in donating to the Red Cross. If you go to their website, www.redcross.org, and like I said before, there's tabs on the top of the screen, and you can scroll down, and they have a donate blood, and they have a donate money, and then they also have a donate a volunteer section, which that would be like donating your time. They even have a tab where you can go through, and they have the certification and these classes that you can take that can train you in CPR so that you're always able to help someone in need. I hope you can see that the American Red Cross cares for the people of America. The Red Cross has been around for over 130 years, and they've never lost sight of their goals. Today I hope you can see yourself playing a small part in helping the Red Cross take care of America. Because in America there's always somebody whose life is at the hardest moment, and you are able to help support them and get them through those times. Thank you.